Good morning. It's 5:05 in the morning, and that's Mountain Time, and headed to Pacific Time, which is 4:05. Got up an hour ago, got ready for work. Not a lot of people understand airline pilot life, and so I'm here to give you just a little glimpse of what it's like. I'm in my 11th year as an airline pilot. I'm a retired F-16 fighter pilot, and I've studied fatigue, and I've studied mishaps, and been a safety officer for years when I was flying in the Air Force. 5:05 in the morning is not a good time to be doing anything, and I'm just starting my day. I will drive an hour and 45 minutes to the airport. I will fly for an hour and 20 minutes on the jump seat for another airline, assuming I can make the flight. And then I will sit around in California for about 3 hours waiting to go to work. I will take off from California at about 11:30 California time, or 12:30 my time, so it's already been pretty much a 7-hour day before I even push back from the gate. And then I'll fly across to the East Coast, land at 6:30. I will sit around Atlanta, Georgia, somewhere like that, for about 3 hours, and then I will fly into Washington, D.C. tonight, landing at about 11:30 at night, get to the hotel about 12:15, and then do it all again tomorrow. I'll probably get more sleep than I did last night, where I only got about 5 hours. Because I am an airline pilot with a family, 3 kids, and I have to get sleep when I can. And 5 hours is a typical night's sleep before commuting to work, as I am doing right now. We talk a lot about fatigue in the military and in the airlines. It is an issue, yes, and it will always be an issue. There is no way to eliminate fatigue totally. We have all kinds of computer programs. We can analyze our fatigue and our circadian rhythms, and we can talk about lots of things that we should do as far as getting sleep. And sleep would be the number one thing to reduce fatigue. However, sleep is not always an option, even when you're on the road as an airline pilot and at different layovers around the country. You've got time zone changes, you got hotels that are inadequate. You might be right next to the highway, you might be right next to the elevator, you might have someone talking next door or their phone ringing, whatever. There's major disruptions, which are very standard at most airline hotels or layover hotels, which are the major chains, by the way. So how do you deal with this fatigue thing? Well, I have finally come to the realization that you have to adapt to fatigue. There's no other way to do it. There's no way to reduce fatigue, because fatigue is just part of life. And as an airline pilot, fatigue is even more of a part of life. And there's no way to reduce it totally. And so I can make my point clear. You have to adapt to the situation. You have to adapt to fatigue, just like you adapt to bad weather on approach, landing at Minsk with fog or with high crosswinds. These are things that you cannot control. And fatigue is one of those things that you cannot control totally in your life. So you have to learn how to adapt. Well, I believe that exercise, nutrition, and diet are the key factors in adapting to fatigue. Because you can't always get a good night's sleep. You're always going to have fatiguing schedules. Even when you're a senior airline pilot, you're going to have to deal with fatigue. I mean, look at these guys who are in their 60s. What are they doing? They're doing all the ocean crossing flights, which are very fatiguing. So learning how to adapt to fatigue is the key to reducing mishaps related to fatigue. Thank you very much, and have a nice